Hey folks, it's break time, and that means it's another edition of the Anime Break Room with your host Will Medina and Dabir Weeks. What's up, Dabir? What's going on, brother? How we doing?
Not too bad, not too bad. How you doing today?
I'm good, man. We were just talking about it. What? So you watched Freyrin?
Yeah.
Freyrin.
Yeah.
I always get her name mixed
Me
up.
too.
Last week's episode was a huge cliffhanger with Fern. I don't want to get too much into it because who we have here that's helping us with today's episode, I feel like he's gonna get into it. I think he would like it, so I don't want to get too much into it. But last week's episode and this week's episode were just amazing. You know what? The animation for that is really good.
Clean.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't want to. It's not a really big budget, like as far as animation,
Right.
but it works. Whatever they're doing, it works.
Right. It's like they save it for the big battles,
Right.
and it ties in perfectly.
When she fought, who was it? Draken, the old man with the that animation for that fight.
That was really good.
Yeah, that was good. That was fire. I'm enjoying the anime. It's so good, so good. But who we have with us today? Lito, my cuz. What's up, man? What's going on, brother?
Doing all right. A little gloomy outside, trying to bring you down.
Yeah. But you know what? Spring is on the way, so hopefully. Actually, this week, not to jump off subject, not talk about the weather, but this week's about to get crazy. You don't know what weather you're gonna get here in Western New York. One day it'll be 65, then the next minute it'll be snowing. So it's like it's nuts.
A reason out of nowhere.
Yeah, but what's up, man? What's going on?
I'm doing good. You guys?
We're good.
Yeah, doing all right.
What are you currently watching again?
Just the usual weekly stuff like the
Okay.
One Piece.
Are you current with One Piece?
Yeah.
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
So you saw the Law and Blackbeard fight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I gotta. You know what? I still haven't watched it yet.
No.
Yeah, it's just so hard because my girl and Deej, like, they're on Wano. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to watch something like Deej kind of knows a little bit because he's on TikTok and they kind of say some things, but like my girl, she's like, I don't want to spoil it for them, what's going on. So I have to like try to like be invisible or something and try to watch it while they're not around.
Just wild how you said they're in Wano arc already.
Yeah. It was I remember. See, Deej started One Piece when he was visiting his family in Texas, like my girl's family. And he was like, yeah, I started watching One Piece. This was in August. Fast forward 6 months later, he's on Wano. Woo. Yeah.
1,000 episodes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, not yet 1,000, but he's going to get there soon. Like Wano starts at like 872.
Yeah.
Something like that. Or 892, something. I can't remember. But yeah, regardless, it's still a lot of episodes. He loves it. He's enjoying it. And he was a big Naruto fan. He's a huge Naruto fan. So like all the Naruto fans are converting to One Piece fans. Most of them. Most of them. Yeah, most of them. Some of them are loyal, which I gotta respect. But before we open up this podcast to our lunch break topic, which is our top 3 favorite villains, let's open it up real quick because obviously we know the Crunchyroll Award. The Crunchyroll Award started this week, or they were today, I should say, not started. It's only a 1-day event. So they were a couple of awards, a couple of nominations that we want to talk about. First, obviously, Anime of the Year, which is a big deal for us. You know what I'm saying? And there was a lot of good nominations. You know what I'm saying? What was it? Some of you got the nominations on there? Or?
Oh no, I just put the winners.
Yeah, there were some good ones. Obviously, JJK is one. Demon Slayer is one.
Vinland Saga, right? That's the one I thought was gonna win.
You know what? I haven't watched Vinland Saga yet, but I will get into it because I heard a lot of good things about it.
Yeah, I thought you said you finished season 2.
No, I didn't finish season 2 yet.
You finished season 2?
Yeah, Dabir did. Dabir finished season 2. I haven't finished season. I didn't even start yet, and I gotta watch. That's probably. See, I'm watching Haikyuu now. I gotta try to. I'm trying to watch Haikyuu because I know you and Ether are gonna try to watch the movie, so I want to watch the movie with you guys.
We're gonna watch the movie.
Yeah. I should just say that. He's right. But I'm trying to catch up before the movie comes out because it seems like the movie's gonna be great. So right now I'm on Haikyuu, but I want to watch Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga sounds really good. But yeah, some of the nominations or the nominees were, was that Bocce the Rock? That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
I never heard of that. You guys?
I've seen it scrolling, but I haven't checked it out.
Okay. It's on Crunchyroll?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. So that one, Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer, JJK, Oshinoko, which is, I heard a lot of good things about. I think we said it last week, me and Ito, which is, it's definitely piqued my interest. Yeah, it has. And then Vinland Saga Season 2. Obviously, the winner was JJK.
Yeah.
I don't even think it was even close.
Well, I think it was close.
It was
but
close?
he won.
Was it? Was it? Between what?
Well, I don't know if the like results.
Oh,
but
okay.
I thought it was close.
Okay.
It had to be.
I mean,
they
it's
were
just.
all hitters.
Yeah, no. Absolutely.
Except for Demon Slayer.
I love. I love Chainsaw Man. I really do. I think Chainsaw Man. I mean, it can give JJK a run for his money because Mappa goes all out with Chainsaw Man too. But it's just with all the
Shibuya
popularity,
arc
the
that.
Shibuya arc,
Yeah.
even the hidden inventory arc was good too. You know, so that's why it was just for me. It was a foregone conclusion that JJK. If JJK didn't win, I would be surprised.
Same.
I would be very surprised, but I knew they were gonna win. Like I think we all knew they were gonna win, but it was good. Like you can't hate. It was really good. So you know, but it was like you said, Lito. There was some bangers in there. There definitely was some. But that was anime of the year, which is like I said, no surprise. Best continuing anime, and I just think this award is just for one specific anime, which I'm not going to be mad about.
No
honestly.
surprise either.
Yeah, which is no surprise. But the nominees was Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, One Piece, Spy Family, and Vinland Saga. Obviously, One Piece won.
Yeah,
I just think this award is just for One Piece, which is cool. Like like you said, Lito, let them keep winning because you know it's
They're
only
going to.
yeah, it's only gonna be until they finally finish, you know. But you got to give the credit to Toei Animations, give the credit to Oda. 25 years since '99, and it's still the relevancy is still there. Like you can't. You have to respect that. The longevity is serious. The longevity is serious. Like I love the fact that it's still going on. And there's gonna be more to come. So One Piece, best continuing anime. Like again, no surprise there. Again, there's some bangers. Spy Family's good. I like Spy Family. Yeah. Vinland Saga. Which like I said, Lito and even Kawi and you, Dabir, you guys, they all good things about it.
Yep.
Obviously, Attack on Titan was great. I know Lito doesn't really like Demon Slayer, but not that you don't like it, but
not that I don't like it.
Yeah, but you have your opinion on it,
yeah.
You know, which is cool. But I thought the Swordsmith Village arc was pretty good. Did you end up watching the movie?
Movie? What movie? I know movies.
Or
Weekend Train was the only movie.
The 2-for-1 special they got, the 2-episode special.
No.
Yeah, I didn't go see it.
Yeah. All right. So that was best continuing series, best new series. And the nominees was Bocce the Rock, Chainsaw Man, Heavenly Delusion, which I think I heard some things about that. I heard it was really good.
Yeah.
I think, is that on Crunchyroll? I thought it was on Hulu, but it might be on Crunchyroll. Hell's Paradise, which is good. We talked about it. Oshinoko and Zam 100 Bucket List of the Dead. The winner of that was Chainsaw Man, which I have to agree.
Yeah.
Chainsaw Man is.
Yeah.
I can't wait for season 2.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the movie. Any word on the release date of the movie? No.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything.
Did they release it in Japan already?
I don't think so.
No, not yet. Okay,
No.
okay.
Yeah,
So
I didn't see nothing aired on. Usually they talk about
on social media somewhere.
I think just announced, right? Yeah, just announced.
It was announced at Jump Festa. That's where. You're right.
That was December, right?
December 16th, something like that. Yeah, it was in December.
Come out.
Yeah, so I'm definitely excited for that. Like I can't wait. Like rewatching Chainsaw Man, I have a whole newfound love for Chainsaw Man. Like
I haven't rewatched it. I probably should.
I thought you. Oh, you didn't rewatch it?
I haven't rewatched it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, it's I rewatched it before the episode that we did on Chainsaw Man.
I still remembered everything because it was just.
I had to rewatch it, and it was like I loved it. It was all like it was just amazing. It really was.
And that's gonna be season 2, right? The movie.
It's gonna be part of season 2, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then obviously there's gonna be more into it, but I can't wait. It's gonna be so good.
So is a trailer out for it?
I
Or they
don't-
just announced it?
They just announced it.
I don't think there's a
Yeah,
trailer
I don't
either.
think there's a trailer for it.
Okay, I was about to say, I'm like, I need to look for that
Yeah,
trailer.
bro.
now.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't believe there's a trailer yet, but they just they definitely announced it. So,
Okay.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be good.
Oh,
But
yeah.
again, rightfully so. I think, and I haven't watched Bocce the Rock either, so I can't really say. But Chainsaw Man is it for me. I love Chainsaw
I was happy
Man.
to see Zom on there a few times, though.
Yeah, you
I
know
was
what?
happy to see that on there.
It seemed like they got some good recognition.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying,
yeah.
which is good. What was the other one we wanted to do? I think there's one more, right? Was that it?
Did you want to do the protect at
Oh,
all costs
yes,
character?
let's talk about that real quick. Best character designs, JJK, which I could see that was pretty good, and best animation, Demon Slayer. Yeah, so
Yeah.
there's some ones that are like, okay, there's a bunch more awards or a bunch more categories they did, but those are the ones that I wanted to talk about. Demon Slayer, obviously, best animation, best character designs. I think JJK got some good designs with some of the curses and curse users and Sukuna. I love Sukuna's design. When he overtakes Yuji. So definitely some ones that I'm really excited for. But go ahead, bring that up. The most what was it called again?
Protect at all costs character.
Okay, you got the nominees on there. Can we get the nominees real quick? Because this is I never heard of this. This is a good category. I like it.
I wonder if it's been there before, but just overlooked it or something.
I watched the show last year and I didn't see that category on there.
I definitely never heard of it.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's something that I missed or is this something new.
Yeah,
but
must protect at all costs anime character.
All right. So what are the nominees? This is great. I love this.
Cute little Anya Forger.
Yes. Yes.
Hitori Goto from Bocchi the Rock.
Okay. I gotta watch that now.
Boji from Ranking of Kings.
I was happy to see Boji on there.
Okay.
Was that the little main character?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. He's a great MC.
Miri Unasaka from Buddy Daddies.
I see. I
haven't seen that.
I haven't watched
Pochita from Chainsaw Man.
that one. Okay, Pochita. Yeah.
And Solita Mercury from Mobile Suit Gundam. The Witch
Oh, I
Mercury.
seen that. I was happy to
Okay,
see that.
I can
love
kind of
her.
see. Okay, I can
Yeah.
see why she's in that.
Yeah.
Because she's very gullible.
Yeah,
She's very
she
gullible.
can.
Yeah. So the winner was.
Anya Forger.
Yeah, I mean, how could you not?
Yeah.
you gotta protect poor little Anya. That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah,
I hope they
yeah.
do that next year too. I really
that was
do.
nice for them to add that. That was pretty cool.
But I wouldn't think anybody would be Anya. I think it would be Anya every year until Spy Family's done.
Or until somebody else pops up and like,
Right.
oh no, she's even cuter.
Right. Daddy's a liar. That's great. I love it. That's a good category they had. I love that. That was great. I gotta watch it. I know it's on YouTube. I know I can watch it on YouTube. I'll probably watch it.
What?
The Crunchyroll Awards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I know because when I watched it last year, I don't think it was live. I don't think it was live when I watched it. I think it was a little bit after. I don't know. I could be wrong, but it's yeah. I definitely gotta catch up with that and see what's up. But that was good. There were some good nominees. There's some good award winners. So exciting stuff. Can't wait for this coming year. There's gonna be a lot more good animes this year coming up. So
Yes.
we'll see. We'll see who wins Anime of the Year for 2024. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be great. All excited. Real quick, though, before we jump into our Chop Talk, do you guys feel Bleach should have been nominated, at least nominated for Anime of the Year?
Yes, I do. I enjoyed every episode. They were all cinematic. It was pretty good.
The animation was crazy.
Yeah.
Story. And I read some of the manga. And you could feel Kubo was being rushed. There were some reasons why he was being rushed, but
I remember you was telling me about that.
yeah, they put a lot of they're going all in with this.
They put the love in when it came
Yes.
to animating it. They put all because you were saying a lot of stuff wasn't even in the manga that they put in there, right?
Well, I was told by my boy Wesley. Shout out to Wesley. Like he said. That fight when they were fighting Squad Zero, he said that fight was like trash in the manga.
Oh yeah, you did tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They made him look like nothing. One shot. I think
Yeah,
that would have been so sad.
they
Like,
all
wait a minute,
got
that's it?
one shot, right?
so.
Yeah. So you could tell he was being rushed, but they put love in this.
Trying to make up
yeah.
for it.
Yeah. So I'm not the biggest Bleach fan. I'm not. Okay.
Continues to lie to himself.
No, I'm not lying to myself. Okay, I'm being openly honest. But I do respect what they're doing. I do respect the anime. I like where the 1,000 Year Blood War arc is going. So in answering a lot of the questions that
yes,
I have, so it's good. It is good. I think they should have been at least been nominated. Honestly,
right.
But hopefully, maybe next year, Core 3. You know,
Oh, I can't wait for that.
right? They're doing it by cores, right?
Mhm.
That's how they're doing it.
Yeah.
3
It's
and
gonna be
then
good.
it's gonna be 4 total, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the third one that's
Yeah.
coming up. Did they announce the date or
I thought it was July.
was it July?
Or no.
I haven't heard anything.
I feel like it's around June, July for some reason. I can't remember why.
We saw the
Can't
trailer.
Yes, I gotta look it up again. I gotta look up the trailer for that. That's gonna be good.
If I
Did you
remember
see-
correctly, it is spring.
For Bleach?
Yeah.
Oh, is it spring? Oh, okay. Well, I gotta look at the trailer again. I gotta see.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I think it says it at the end of the trailer.
Okay. Also, did you guys see the trailer for Kaiju number 8?
I still haven't. No.
Yeah.
I think I seen it when it first came out. I gotta rewatch
It came
it.
out.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it came out this past week.
No, I haven't watched it.
Yeah,
Recently. No.
I think it's a new trailer because I didn't watch the original
Oh,
or whatever
okay.
trailer they came out with.
Yeah.
But there's a new trailer out. It came out this past week.
Oh, I gotta look that up. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm really excited for it. I'm reading the manga. It's so good.
Oh, I keep looking
Lot of-
past it. I haven't started the manga yet.
You're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. There's a lot of great characters, and the fight scenes. Like my sister said, it's an easy read, but yet it keeps you engaged. You know what I'm saying? It's real intense. You know, the fight scenes are great. The designs for some of the kaijus are pretty cool.
Ooh.
So I'm really excited for Kaiju number 8.
Okay.
April. That's when it's coming
April,
out. Yeah,
okay.
I was just gonna
yeah.
ask, when is that coming out?
April. Yeah. So that's in April. Makosho Tenzin is in April too, which I'm excited for. That's gonna be good.
And that's Jobless, right? Jobless Reincarnation.
Jobless Reincarnation,
Okay.
yes. And then My Hero season 7 in May.
Oh yeah.
Yo,
That's probably gonna start off
you
with a
know,
bang.
the it's on May 4th.
How can it be on May?
Yo,
No, that's cool.
That is pretty dope. I saw that. I was like, oh,
I mean,
May
it is
4th.
it's a Saturday.
It is a Saturday,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
So, I always wanted to go to those Star Wars conventions. Those gotta be so crazy, bro.
Oh, those do good. I seen some photos and stuff. Yeah, they go hard. Yeah.
That would be dope.
One day.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Question though, because I've never asked you, but how did you feel the way Jobless that last season ended? How did you feel about that?
Listen, I heard a lot of people say it was real. Not like season 2 was like the first part because it's core 2.
Right.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I thought the build is gonna be great.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Mm-hmm.
Sophie's there's gonna be something's gonna happen to her.
I've never thought about that.
That's how I feel.
You know what? I think I remember reading because I always in when Crunchyroll, I watch an episode, I go through the comments. It's just
Right.
something I do. So I feel like I read something like that because personally, like I like how slow he had to get through his trauma. He had to, he got past what he needed to get past.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, right. That's real tough. Like my man was going through it. Okay.
Lito, when you see that, you'll see. You'll know what we're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. So I understand that
Yeah,
he
right.
got through it faster than I predicted he would.
Okay, yeah,
Personally.
yeah, it makes sense because he always I think had something for Sophie.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
right.
So-
Before he even acknowledged he had something for her. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny. I don't want to talk about it too much because I know you want to watch it, right, Lito?
Yeah, it's on a 3rd or 4th season, you said?
It's only 2 seasons.
Oh, 2 seasons,
But
okay.
season 2 is like cut in half. So they
Oh.
did like 12 episodes.
12 and 12.
Yeah, so core 2 comes out in April.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So, but no, it's good. I think I liked it. I enjoyed it. I did. I could see why people said it was like kind of like You know what I'm saying? Because the first season was great.
Right.
You know, and they introduced Orkstead.
Mm-hmm.
Which-
Yeah.
Suda, so it's pretty cool. Like I definitely enjoyed it. I think it's a really good anime. I'm excited for season 2. I like where the story's going. So, but yeah, I actually didn't mind it. So I can't wait.
I liked it. I wasn't too big of a fan how it ended, but I'm curious to see where they're going with it. But like you said, something might happen, which is just like, you know what, the way it ended, I see that happening.
Yeah,
I don't want it to happen, but I see it happening.
I think that if that happens, that's gonna be room for Rudius, like his development.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
So he already going through enough.
Yes,
but,
yes,
oh man,
yes. But he kept his composure a lot. Like he was going through it, and he I like Rudius. He's a good character,
and I like how they show him physically breaking down, but then physically building himself back up. Like they're showing all of it, and it's pretty good.
Yes, it's good progression. Right, it is good progression.
You can see it's not just like, okay, I'm just no, you showing the steps of him in his growth. So
no, Lito, I think you'll like it. I really do. I think
it's funny. It's out of pocket, but it's good.
No, it's definitely out of pocket.
Maybe I'll check that out along with Fryren.
No, with Freyren. Yeah, you're gonna like Freyren because it kind of gives you a Lord of the Ring vibes a little bit.
Ooh, chill.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it is Lord of the Rings. I'm just saying, he's a huge Lord of the Rings fan. Huge Lord of the Rings. So, and that anime movie's coming out too, right?
No, December.
December.
Dope, yeah.
Damn, why so late? That's gonna be good.
That's a mean wait there.
Yeah,
probably right after Rings of Power, if they do season 2 around fall.
Is Rings of Power coming out this year?
That's what's rumored. It's supposed to be.
So they haven't announced anything yet. Mm-hmm. Okay, but jump back on topic. Let's jump into our Chop Talk segment. A question that our good friend Josen, shout out to Josen, who gave us a question in our little outing last week. Our outing, yeah. That's a good one. I like that. Hey, what's going on outing? Okay. That's a good one. So, but the question that he proposed to us was, what is one fight you guys can watch over and over and over again, like continuously, and not be bored of it? Anyone want to go first? You guys want me to go first?
Okay, I'll go first. I want to get him off my brain.
I'm thinking about that too. I'm like, man, let me.
How long do you think about this?
The whole week.
The whole week. Okay.
I finally settled today. I was like, you gotta pick one. You have to.
Right when you got here.
Yeah. On my way here, I was staring out the window, and I'm just like, okay, I'll pick one out of the 3. I'll pick one.
Oh, you had 3.
I have 3.
Okay,
right
what
now.
was the 2 other ones?
The 2 other ones would be Yuji versus Chozo.
Oh yeah, okay.
And Luffy versus Karakuri.
That was one of my choices. Yeah.
They're so good.
Yo, honestly,
oh my god,
I love that fight. I just love how Luffy always persevered.
Right,
he just kept
especially
coming
with
forward.
that fight there. It's just like you didn't know. You could tell Karakuri was stronger, but just like Luffy gotta beat him. No, how's he gonna do this?
Like the odds were stacked against him because it was Karakuri. He's never fell forward.
He's
right?
never fell back. Never fell on his back. Yeah, but he had his observation haki was crazy.
Ooh, yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So actually, Deej was watching. He goes, "Bro, fire!" He's like, "Fire! I love it."
It's my favorite One Piece villain.
Karakuri? Really? Okay, I respect it. I respect it. I like it. I hope they show more of him too.
Got to, because
we're
we're just gonna ignore that Big Mom's dead. We're not gonna.
Right.
Come on, they're gonna come back with a vengeance.
They got
man.
to. Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be so fire.
That just gave me chills thinking about that.
I know.
Seeing that. Ooh.
Karakuri leading the way. Probably.
Well, he is now the next in line.
Yeah,
they said that. Yeah, because Petros was trying to take him out. Petros wanted to be, but
Petros
Big
about
Mom,
to be his.
Yeah. Petros gonna know his role. That's
peasant, clean this.
Sorry, big bro, but you need to step aside.
Yeah. No, Karakuri's different. He's different.
So expect them to be right in front when they show up again.
Ooh, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be good. That's good. I like that, Lito. That's good. All right, Dabir, what is it?
Okay, so my top, it'd be the final fight between Naruto and Sasuke.
Ooh,
that really last one.
Oh, the final one, Shippuden.
The final one. At the end of everything, and they had that final clash. That one was just so good because you could tell it looked like one was stronger than the other, but it kept going back and forth. Like they clearly were even, but I like the fact that they were using their own unique techniques to stay even with each other. Like it was like, I'm about to one up you, and it just kept going, but they were staying level with each other. Like they couldn't beat each other.
Yeah, that's fire. And I always liked the first one.
Oh yeah,
the first one was great, but this one they're at peak. Right.
They're literally at their peak levels. They're what's the word I'm thinking about?
Like their full potential.
Yeah. Like they fully awakened or fully mastered their techniques. I would say, some techniques were still kind of new, but they knew how to use it though.
Yeah. Nah, that's a good one. I like that one. That was fire. I gotta rewatch it. I only watched it once. I have to rewatch it.
So
Didn't they both lose their arm on that?
Yep.
Right?
At the after they done beating the hell out of each other, they laying next to each other and they blew off both their arms, just laying there, just winded. I'm just like
looking up at the sky.
Yeah, looking up at the sky in the final valley, of course. And I'm just like, man, it was so anticipated because, after their first fight, they met with each other. They had, locking eyes, but they haven't fought since then, really. So it was just like, oh, I've been waiting for this.
Yeah, they definitely build that fight. They definitely did.
Yeah.
It's good. No, it is good. Like I said, I gotta rewatch that again because that was, like you said, they were at their full potential. They were just one upping each other. That fight's amazing. It really is.
Good choice. I like that.
No, that's a good choice. I like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure it battled you inside.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you, edge of my seat. Yeah. I wasn't even sitting down in the seat anymore. I was, sitting position as if you're sitting in the seat, but the chair was gone. I was just like locked in.
You were sitting in the imaginary chair.
Yeah,
imaginary chair.
That's how locked in I was.
All right, do you want to go next? Or you want me to go next?
Yeah, I'll get mine out the way too because I still got a live mental cursor going up and down on.
Are you still deciding?
Yeah.
But are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
It's hard. This is hard.
It is hard. It is hard. It's a good question though.
Yeah,
it's a good question.
Because you got to pick one, but
yeah.
You gotta think about it like it's not the only one.
No.
It's just your favorite one, or the one you could watch over and over.
Over and over, yeah.
Right.
I have to go with Goku and Vegeta. That fight.
The first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the first one. I think to me, the best fight in Dragon Ball Z.
I loved rewatching that.
Yes. So when we did our Saiyan saga, and I said this over and over again, I was trying I just wanted to fly through everything just to get to that fight.
All right.
I was like, when is it? When is it? When is it coming?
That fight. And then, like I said, obviously I think we all agree, Vegeta was strong. He was stronger than Goku.
Oh, yeah.
He was stronger than Goku in that fight. But you see Goku's perseverance, and you see, like, his development and how strong he got over a year. Even like Vegeta guy gave him mad respect. He goes, "Yo, over a year you got this strong?
Right,
like there's no way."
That buildup was serious too. Like
That was
these guys are gonna destroy the planet.
Yes.
Goku gonna show up in time.
Yeah. They were all just waiting for Goku, and he comes in the flight, and then just
And the way he shows up, and then the expression changes on Vegeta's face. And he's sensing him at first, like he's getting close, and then when he shows up,
he just pops up. He's like, "Oh, he's already there."
The over 9,000.
Nah, but he's right behind you.
Yo, that dude, it was just very iconic. Like that whole thing.
The pose,
yes.
the blast.
Yes.
The transformation.
Yes. And that's when they first introduced Kaioken.
Right. It was fresh.
Kaioken was fire. Kaioken, the spirit bomb.
Yeah.
All that was great, dude.
Yeah.
All that was great. I loved it. I loved every minute of it.
I didn't even tell you. I thought about it after when we was talking about it, but I think it was either Xenoverse or Xenoverse 2. Kaioken build every time.
Really?
Yeah, I love Kaioken too. I will make a close range Kaioken build every time for when I played it.
Nice. I don't know. I wish they did more with Kaioken.
Yeah.
I wish they
did. When
did.
you mentioned Kaioken, and that's the first thing that popped in my head.
With your character that you built? Yeah. And you had the red aura and everything?
Yep. It was dope.
Dude, that's
I
so
had a
fire.
black ball head character with the red aura. I was going in.
Yo. Was this a Saiyan character?
No, I think I made him a human.
Oh, okay.
Yep, and then the other one was Namekian, of course.
Okay.
Character.
Cool. Yeah. Nah, that's dope. I like that. That was a good one. But yeah, that fight was so great. It was so great. And
So
then,
that was my choice, and I'm relieved.
Yeah. now you feel free, huh? No, it's tough. There's a lot of great fights. Like you.
Yeah.
And it's not just saying this. I guess it's kind of saying it's your favorite fight. That's what it's kind of saying. But it's just like it's not saying that it's the one all be all, but it's just like the one that you just never get tired of.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Mine's that I can never get tired of, that I literally just watched before you guys got here. Rock Lee and Gara.
Yeah.
Bro, listen, first and foremost, Rock Lee, he looked like a dork. Okay, let's just put it that way. He did.
Bowl cut.
Yeah,
he just
didn't look it, but from what he did to Sasuke, and he whipped on Sasuke. And then
way to hurt your pride.
Yeah,
he came straight for that pride. Like, nah, hold on, he think he too cool. Let me handle him real quick. No,
he handled Sasuke. Then they build up Gaara. Oh, Gaara's this, Gaara's that. Gaara's never been hurt. Gaara's never been hurt. Whew. Yo, Rock Lee. At first, the sand, and which is cool because the sand moved on its own, which is dope. Right. And I almost forgot that he had sand armor on too. Yeah. And they used a lot of his chakra, which is crazy because he to hold it together. But when Rock Lee got in that statue and dropped those weights, bro, and my sister can also agree that this will probably be her favorite fight too. So if she's listening, I guarantee you she's gonna text me or something like, "Yo, yes, that was it."
Like, yeah, that's right. Will.
Yeah. No, she's gonna be hyped, but. When he dropped those weights, before he dropped those weights, everyone was like, oh, weights? Like, come on. Like,
that's
what is
enough to help you?
Right. He's like, 2-pound weights? Like, come on, there's no way, Even and then Tamari was like, not a couple of weights ain't gonna help you fight Gaara. When he dropped them joints and it broke the floor, everyone was like, yo, he's this fast with them heavyweights? And he was just flying through the arena, bro.
Couldn't even see him anymore. All you see is sand dispersing.
And I loved how the sand couldn't keep up with him.
Oh my god!
The sand was trying to protect Gaara and it just couldn't keep up, and Gaara looked nervous.
The expression on his face is like, "Whoa, what's going on here?"
He exposed Gaara.
Oh yeah,
he did. He exposed Gaara. That's why Sasuke had so much an advantage against him. When Kakashi saw the fight, he goes, "Yo, you're just gonna use." Kakashi told Sasuke, "You're just gonna use taijutsu, and we're gonna increase your speed."
And I like that. Like after it, you end up seeing. Sasuke from his training, right? His speed was on par with normal. Forgot his name.
Rock Lee.
With normal Rock Lee, yeah.
Right.
But just like, hold on, he wasn't that fast,
right?
How hard was he training?
Right. So they definitely had Rock Lee gave everybody the blueprint to beat Gaara.
Yeah.
But it was so great. And then you see Rock Lee's past, and I always like a good underdog story. A guy who doesn't have genjutsu. Ninjutsu, but
only taijutsu.
Yeah, and the taijutsu was not even above average. You know what I'm saying? So it was barely any type, but he worked on it, and he's probably one of the best taijutsu practitioners in Naruto.
Yes.
So
daily training.
Yeah. Oh, he was going in with the training.
Going extreme, past his limits.
Yeah.
Where he's at now.
Yeah. We watching Naruto. I got newfound respect for Rock Lee. I do. Yes. I got newfound respect for him. He's a really good character. That's why when I watch Shippuden, I'm upset they didn't do much with him.
He kind of left him on his side. Like, why y'all put him back as a side character?
Yeah. I mean, most of them are let's be honest. They're most Rock Lee, Neji. They're all side characters. Shikamaru, but
unfortunately,
but Kishimoto did such a great job with the original Naruto that you kind of expect it to happen for this Naruto, and it was just
it wasn't. What did it focus on really? Just
Naruto
and Sasuke?
So Naruto and Sasuke just chasing after each other.
At least most of them got their moments in Naruto.
Yeah. No,
so
I agree.
That they didn't just
they didn't completely throw them to the wayside. You know what I'm saying? But you're right. At least definitely Naruto, they all had their moment. Almost everybody had their moment. Even Sakura and Ino had a moment.
Yeah, that's
you know
true,
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So Kishimoto did great with giving character. You just wish it kind of carried over to the time skip, but you get it. It was just not the Sasuke and Naruto, and that's where the story's at. But at the same time, that fight to me that Rock Lee Gaara fight was so great, bro. It was peak. It was peak. It was peak. It was so great. I could watch it over and over again. And then the Hidden Lotus.
Oh yeah.
So he only could open 5 gates.
Right.
Yeah. So obviously he couldn't open all gate, but that design for the Hidden Lotus, bro, it looked like he turned Super Saiyan.
Right.
Or
you can see his
eyes were white, right?
Yeah,
his body bulging and what was it, swelling? Or?
Yeah. Actually, not Super Saiyan. It was Kaioken.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Because he had the red aura.
It definitely had to be based off
Yeah.
Kaioken.
Yeah. I could see that. So it was pretty cool, dude. I loved it. And then, he's hitting them, and he's, he really like gave everything to Gara. He
did.
really did. He did. It was so amazing. I love that fight. I could watch it over and over again. I was between that one when I was picking. I was between that one and the Netero and Miram fight.
Another good one.
That was a good one too. The only reason why I didn't pick that one, Miram wasn't really fighting to kill.
Right.
And the power gap, and you could probably say the power gap between Gara and Rock Lee were kind of, it was a bit wide, but that power gap between Netero and Miram was really
right from our strongest, what they call hunters, right?
Yeah,
our strongest hunter to the strongest creature or the king creature. He wasn't going all out. You know, we all know he wasn't going all out.
Right, because all he wanted his name. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's all it was. He wanted his name. So he cut off his arm, cut off his leg. Like, it was getting crazy, but it wasn't like he was trying to fight to kill him. You know, and at that point he didn't want to kill any more humans.
He did.
You know what I'm saying? He was trying to be a savior to humanity, or to to that portion of humanity that needed help. You know what I'm saying? So. It was still a great fight. I loved it. I enjoyed it. Like, there were some iconic moments. The one arm prayer was great.
Dope.
But Netero was hitting Miram with big attacks, and Miram would just walk right through it.
Yeah, he really bounced back after each one. Like, and those were supposed to be one shot shot attacks too.
Yes.
Like, why is he still getting up?
Yes, he's just walking it off. He's like, yep, whatever, kind of just like, and I'm just like, wow.
So we got to see the true strength of the king. It was crazy. He was strong as hell.
I just thought about this too, Dabir. Well, both you guys, like, they're gonna reanimate some of these Naruto episodes, which we don't know when it's gonna happen.
Right.
But I know that for sure. I believe. I shouldn't say that for sure, but I believe that the Rock Lee Gara fight is gonna be reanimated.
They have to.
That is gonna be, and we saw the trailer for it. They actually showed a bunch of stuff that they showed.
They did in the trailer. They showed it. Yeah, they showed a few episodes actually.
I think
a few fights maybe.
The first fight with Sasuke and Naruto.
I remember that.
That's gonna be great. Yeah,
that looked really good.
I think the Gara Rock Lee fight was on there too. And I want to say some stuff from Shippuden. I can't remember if it was the second Naruto Sasuke fight that they showed in that trailer.
I can't remember for some reason either. I just remember those first two.
So is there some fights or episodes?
So they said that they're only going to do 6 episodes. It was like the 20th anniversary, I believe. So it was supposed to come out in September of last year.
So not like One Piece, which is getting reanimated.
Yeah.
Completely.
The Wit Studios, what they're doing, they're basically pacing up One Piece and doing reanimation and all that stuff. They're shortening everything with One Piece. But with Naruto, it was supposed to be a select few episodes that they were supposed to reanimate, and just release them, but they never did. So I don't know if that's gonna even be a thing, or because once they said they weren't doing it, or they postponed it, they just never talked about it again. So, but it was supposed to be like a 20th anniversary or something like that, some anniversary. So one of them, like I saw on the trailer that they had, was supposed to be the Rock Lee Gara fight. That would have been amazing to be seen reanimated. It would have been that fight, and then the Sasuke Naruto fight was another one.
Valley.
Yeah, the first Great Valley fight. Great Valley, right? That's what's
Final Valley.
Final Valley. I'm sorry. Yeah, but I know I said that wrong. Okay, the Final Valley. Yeah, those 2 fights were amazing. And I want to say maybe the Neji Naruto fight, but I could be wrong. I can't remember. I saw the trailer a while ago. I can't remember what it was, but I know they were supposed to do some reanimation with that, but it just never came about. So, and then it was supposed to be a big deal because Bleach was airing too, so it was supposed to be the first time the big 3 all are out
at once again.
At once. Yeah. So everybody was excited. Like, I got excited. I was like, oh man, the big 3, all out at once and everything. And then they kind of took back the Naruto.
They just did that for that moment.
Yeah. So they had us hyped for a minute there. They really did.
Hopefully by Bleach's 4th core, all 3 of them, right? It's not happening this spring, right?
No, I haven't heard anything about it. I really didn't. So we'll see what happens.
Okay.
But with that being said, I think we could jump into our lunch break topic because it's good to be bad sometimes. At times, maybe all the time. Nah, I'm just funny.
Half the time is good to be
half the time. It's like that Razor Ramon, it's always cool to be the bad guy.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna talk about our top 3 villains, because every story needs a good villain.
Yes.
Every story needs a good villain. Just like they need a good hero, they need a good villain. You gotta have that great counterpart.
Right.
They really do. And I ain't gonna lie, if a story doesn't have a great villain, I'm not invested. I'm not invested. It's you gotta have that great counterpart, that opposition that the hero, the MC needs to get through. I think Aizen's a terrible villain. I don't know. That's just me.
You said who?
Aizen from
Aizen?
Bleach. Yeah,
Oh.
I'm not a big fan of his.
I
I shouldn't say
liked him as a
terrible,
villain.
huh?
I liked him as a villain.
I
I know he wasn't great, but
No, I didn't. He was very lackluster to me.
In my opinion, it was a lot of mystery, or maybe I just wasn't paying attention, close enough attention to him. But it was a lot of mystery when it comes to him. When I think about him,
Like, we didn't get the full story on him.
right. I didn't feel
Yeah.
like I got the full story.
Yeah, you're kind of right. There's not really a lot on him, but who wants to start? Top 3. You guys want me to start? You guys got?
I started with the last one.
Yeah. Okay. So, Lito, you want me to start? Or you want
go ahead.
Okay. So, my top 3. This is kind of. It took me a while to think about this. It really did. So, I'm gonna go with my top 3. Number 3 for me, Don Quixote do Flamingo. To me, he's the best villain in One Piece. Like, I don't even think it's even close. I don't know how you guys feel. I don't even know how you guys feel, but to me, like, I think he's just like the backstory, how he feels so entitled to just his status, to his power, like him growing up.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Lo and behold, he was a celestial dragon, which is crazy.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So his entitlement, the way how when he was going to be killed, with his dad and his brother, like how he just told all those people, "Oh, I'm gonna get you," and they're just like, "Yo,
He stood on business.
Yes, he did. He stood on. That's a good one. He stood on business. He did. Bro, like the dude is just. He's foul.
Yeah.
He's foul.
Yeah.
He's foul. But his devil fruit was crazy. Like it looked broken. Like I thought it was like it feels like it's a broken.
Yeah,
ability.
at first you hear it like string fruit. Like, I gotta be scared of some strings, and then you see the way he uses it. I was like, oh.
So he can like manipulate you, like he can control you like a puppet. You know what I'm saying? But then he created that bird cage with his string fruit too.
Yep.
Like it's so versatile how he uses it.
And you can tell it's based off his imagination for it. Like, that's how you know he's very intelligent.
Yes, he is. Very intelligent, very cynical. Maniacal, but he's such a cool character.
Yeah.
He really is, and he's like 10 feet tall.
And
he
he's
seems tall.
Yeah, he's like, because Zoro's pretty tall, and he towers Zoro
and
too.
he's not even standing straight. My man is slouched over. His knees is bent.
Oh my god! Yeah, you're right. He is kind of slouched over. Yeah, so he's a cool character. Like I don't know. I when they first introduced him, I said, "Yo, this dude look crazy." And I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That arc, like, Oda went in depth with this character, so it's just like we got to know him before he became who he is, why he is the way he is, what he's doing, his strength level, like everything.
Yeah.
Like we got to see it all.
No, yeah, and it was so cool. Like I enjoyed it.
Came up with the shades. What is it? Doflamingo feathers or flamingo feathers? On
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. When they first his character design, I was like, "Yo, who is?" Because I think when they first introduced him, the warlords were going to they were meeting with the elders.
Yeah.
And that's when I first saw him. I was like, "Yo, who is this dude?" And it's just like, "Yo, he's just such an eye popping character."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, his design was crazy. Like,
You'll point them out quick. Like,
flashy.
Yeah. And I was like, "Yo, I want to see more of this guy." You know what I'm saying? Then they saw him a little more in Marine Fort. And then, like, after the time skip, because they needed that time skip because Doflamingo on a different level. So they
wouldn't have beat him.
Yeah, they needed to get power ups before they fought him. But like Luffy, when Luffy fought it was such a great fight. And then, like I said, his backstory, how he was a celestial dragon, he already had that sense of entitlement. You know what I'm saying? He just didn't care about he had his own ambition. I like that. Like it was so cool. And then he had this little family. You know, the one guy, Diamante. I don't know if you saw it. He looks like Steven Tyler from Aerosmith.
I think he was probably
he had to be inspired by Steven Tyler. Yeah, because he looks just like him. Like it's crazy.
I need to see a side by side picture now.
Yeah, do it. I guarantee if you just look at him, you're like, Oh my god, yeah. He looked like Steven Tyler. Like it's crazy. Like I was telling my girl when she was watching, I was like, yo, look at this character. Who's he remind you of? And she was Steven Tyler. Like she just got it. And then D just like, who's that? Like, yeah, we are old, bro. It's crazy. So
YouTube it. Just YouTube it.
Yeah. But no, that's my number 3. Don Quixote Don Flamingo. Like he's my favorite One Piece villain, period. Like he's that dude, you know. He has just, and then like even when he's captured, they showed him when Jack was gonna get him, you know, was trying to rescue him.
Yeah.
He's just laughing.
My man chilling. Like, you're not worried. You know?
Yeah, he's, yo, you really think this can hold me? You know, and he's just going on like, it's just like, yo, this dude's.
I love his laugh.
Yes,
it's perfect. It just fits. It fits.
Everything he does, it fits the character. It really does. You know, so I definitely enjoyed him. That's my number 3. My number 2, Shinobu Sensui.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Shinobu Sensui.
All right.
Is he on your list, Lito?
No. So thankfully.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I thought he would have.
Because I was like top, and then I was like, oh, let me just do like, I don't know, my favorites, or I'd actually want to just put one from like a long time ago, like a nostalgic.
Okay.
Where I started mostly too. So I was like, okay, I'll do, because I had a feeling you were gonna pick Shinsui, so I was like, okay, I'll pick somebody else.
Okay. So yeah, Shinobu Sensui, and Ito talked about last week, the personalities he had. That was just different.
Yeah.
In that time, like that's just the creativity that Togashi came up with him.
Mm-hmm.
It was
especially for that time.
Yes.
Just like, what is going? He got multiple personalities.
7.
What?
And and they all had different abilities, which is the crazy part.
Yeah.
You know, but he just his, like I said, his backstory was cool. He was the spirit detective before Yusuke became spirit detective, and then, you know, all he wanted was to protect humanity. He was on the like straight and narrow. You know what I'm saying? He was all about righteous. And then when he saw that the people that he was protecting are evil, or like, you know, has a dark side. Then he did a whole 180.
Oh, man, snap.
Yeah. And it messed him up mentally.
Yeah,
that's why all the personalities came in. And he like kind of like leaves them to do their dirty work, so it keeps his righteousness
right. He stays pure.
It's quote unquote, and that's unique though. Like that's not like, when we watching that, us 3 did the Chapter Black episode. Like I didn't catch that before watching it at first, and then when I heard, you know, when that's why he has these personalities to keep Shinobu Sensui pure. Like I was like, wow, like that's.
And they do the dirty work.
Yeah, that's unique.
The fact that it actually like worked was just crazy. It kind of blew my mind.
That
it worked out that way. Like it's him, but it's not.
It's like a loophole. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I didn't do this wrong. You know, it was this guy, but yeah, it's your body. You know, but and then he was just like his fighting ability was crazy. Like he was just on point. Like Yusuke couldn't touch him at first.
He couldn't. He was furious about it. It was kind of funny to watch.
Oh, yeah. And we talked about it before. It's like, Sensui's like the perfect fighter compared to Yusuke's the street brawler.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
he
Yusuke
mastered everything.
Oh, yeah. That's what, he did. He mastered everything. So it's like he was like the perfect fighter.
I thought that was so cool how they explained it too, about how he mastered the ultimate fighting ability, but first he had to master these other fighting techniques first in order to master that one. I'm just like, wow,
it's like an unlock tree. Like you
unlock
right.
Yeah, that's actually good. Yeah, so it's like every time you master one, you could this is next. You know, it was like
max level.
That's pretty cool. But he's so cool. The only thing I don't like was what was the spirit armor?
Oh yeah.
The first one was bad.
The second one was better.
The second one was a little better. Yeah. The first one was like a defense spirit armor or something like that.
Yeah, it looked real weird.
Was it?
Was it like a rock, right?
What was it? It was a weird bulky.
Yeah, it looked, I don't know. It looked like he was like a beetle or something.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, I can't remember.
And it's crazy because I actually love beetles. And I didn't like that armor.
Are you a beetle? Really? Man. You like beetles?
I like bugs.
Okay.
Yeah. I've always been into bugs. So yeah, beetles, their little armor and all that.
Yeah, that's what he looked like though.
He did kind of look like it, but I wasn't a fan.
No, it looked bad. Like it was like, but. After when he went to the next the spirit armor, whatever, I can't remember what it was called. I got to go back and see what it was called.
But that one was definitely better.
Yeah, it was better. But he's a great character, and I love like his inner conflict with himself and like how he felt empathy for all the demons or aberrations he killed, which is nuts.
Yeah.
That's why he wanted to go to Demon World to, say this, pay his respects. There's such a great character. I always say Togashi has some of the best villains.
Yeah,
and with all that, he only has one villain in my top 3, but he does. It's despite what Ito and Joseph think, Mirum is a great villain. Okay, Mirum.
The world knows this.
Yes,
the world knows this.
Sensui, the trope, Hisoka, like all of Togashi, Toguro, all of Togashi's villains are just A plus. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the biggest Toguro fan, but he is a great villain.
He's still a great villain.
He's still a great villain.
Yeah, I feel the same.
But that's my number 2, Shinobu Sensui, which I felt like he was gonna be number 1, and then I really thought about it because I have a character in my top 10 who's a villain.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I have my opinions on Bleach, Ukiyoda Shiver is my favorite villain of all time.
Yeah?
Yes. The man, like, first of all, like, what his character represents despair, and you can just see, like, how he represents that. You know what I'm saying? His character design, everything that he does represents despair.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of get this whole, him loving Orihime because, it's a different feeling. But just the way that it happened, well, I don't want to harp on it too much. But listen, the point is his character, his design, everything was unique. I love how, and I like how when characters don't show much emotion.
Yeah. I remember you mentioning that before, yeah.
It just like, he's just emotional. Like everything, like nothing gets him too high or too low. He's always at an even keel. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, I'm drawn into characters like that at times. You know what I'm saying? And plus with the way how he is, it just fits the character. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, his design was cool. And I love the fact that he had 2 releases. Because if he only had the 1 release, and that release looked bad, the design was bad. I was like, yo, this can't be it. I was like, come on, man. Like, what do you have, like multicolored feathers or like wings or something? I
was ready to be like, you're not my favorite no more.
I was about to dump him, bro.
About to disown this man.
I was like, Aizen now. He's my favorite.
But when he did that second release, and he told, who did he say? He said it to, I can't remember who he said it to. He says, don't tell Aizen. Because I forgot what was the reason why he didn't want Aizen to know that he had a second release. But when he said that, and I was like, oh, and I saw his second release, I was like, yo, it was so much better.
They did that on purpose.
Yes. They want to like get you on the pins and needles. Kubo, you do a good job of getting on pins and needles, bro. But that second release was so dope. It kind of reminded me of like The Crow, the movie.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Right?
Especially with the face paint. That's
what it gave me, like that vibe, and I'm just like, I'm watching like, yo, this is so dope. And he's getting Ichigo everything. He's getting Ichigo work. He's giving, and Ichigo's, he's in Bankai. He's unleashed his Arankar form and everything, and it's still not phasing him. He just fall in love with some chick, and then he withered away into the wind.
Power of feelings.
Stupid.
Let's talk about it.
Let's not talk about it. We're not. This is not a therapy session. Okay.
No, let's not talk about it.
I just, I just think though, Ukiyoda was the best Espada. Like, and this is what I'm saying. Like, Stark was it's not just the Ukiyoda thing. Stark was kind of a disappointment. Like, I wish they'd done more with Stark. You know what I'm saying? Because he was number 1.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Number 2, I didn't really care much for him. He was the original king of Wako Mundo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not really a big fan of his. Number 3, what's her name? Haribel? Yeah, she's a beast.
Yeah.
She could be wifey type. I'm just saying. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But she's a beast. But to me, Ukiyoda was number 1. Like, even though he had the number 4 in his chest, and when they did that reveal, because Ichigo's like, oh, all I gotta do is defeat you, and that's it. And he's like, dude, I'm just number 4. Like, you got a long way to go. Like, you know what I'm saying? You think you know, but you don't, bro. But to me, Ukiyoda was number 1. You know what I'm saying? Just how Kubo presented him, how he gave him these power ups, and then just his design, everything Ukiyoda did was just amazing. It was magnificent. And that's what drew me into this whole Arrancar arc, which is him. You know what I'm saying? You have that one character that just keeps drawing you in.
Yeah.
That was that one character for me. He's number one. He's in my top 10 of anime characters of all time. Nice. He's in my top 10. So
definitely so. I mess with him every once in a while just to get to your...
I know.
Just to get to you.
I know. You do a good job of that. Honestly, though, too, like, Grimmjow really grew on me. At first, I wasn't a fan. At first, I wasn't a fan. Yeah, I'm like, yo, because he disrespected Ukiura.
Oh yeah,
he did. You're too soft. I'm like, yo, who's this dude talking to my boy? He's too soft, bro. Like, yo, calm all that down. But no, like the more I saw his backstory, his fights with Ichigo, those are great. The last fight was great. Him and Ichigo, the third fight, that was a great fight because they went all. It was kind of like with Sasuke and Naruto, where they're kind of one up in each other. You know what I'm saying? He does his release, and Ichigo's like, he does his Bankai, and they're just going at it back and forth. Because the first two fights, they were just they were washes. You know what I'm saying? Like Grimmjow just, he went right through Ichigo, and then the second fight, Ichigo went right through Grimmjow.
Seems like Ichigo always gets washed on the first try.
Well, yeah,
and he gets a second chance.
Yeah, I mean, you could say the same thing for Luffy and Naruto, and did Naruto ever get washed in like a? I can't remember now.
Not by like no main villain.
I don't think so. I think for Luffy, you could say the same, especially with Kaido. Kaido gave him business.
He got the most losses with Kaido.
Yeah, it was like 3.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
Yeah, something like that.
Knocked him out that many times.
Yeah. Kaido was different. Yeah, but Kaido, that's all. To me, Kaido was just really strong.
You know, they were making sure to show that he was the strongest creature in that world,
right? Which is rightfully so.
Yeah,
I just don't think. I mean, I was never drawn into Kaido. You know what I'm saying? I like how the fact that he gets drunk. I think that's pretty cool. But I just never was like with Doflamingo. Like I was like, ooh, like I'm invested. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With Kaido, with his crew, I was more invested in King than anything else.
True.
You know what I'm saying? King had a good backstory.
Yeah, he did.
But with Kaido himself, I was just like, like he is strong. You have to respect that.
Yeah.
He is strong. And he has great conquers. Like he has great hockey.
Yeah,
he's a great hockey user. But I don't know. I guess I think the fact that he turns into a dragon was just like, like, like it's just like you kind of see it there, like it's been done before, right? Like I don't know, like I just never was a fan of his. I don't know. Yeah. I did like his beast human form though.
Oh yeah, that hybrid form.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I actually couldn't wait to see that animated. It looked really good.
Right? No, it was pretty cool. Yeah. But I don't know. I just was never a fan of Kaido. But those are my 3. Number 3, Doflamingo, Shinobu Sensui at 2, and Ukiura Shiver at 4. Shout out to all my villains. But yeah, that's my 3. So
all right.
Who wants to go next?
I can go Dabir.
I could go next. I can go. All right. So for my list here. So I'll start from the bottom. I didn't really put them in order, but I can see myself putting them in order.
That's actually pretty cool. Like Dabir never puts anything in order.
He was like, you know what?
Everything is one. Everything is one for Dabir. Oh yeah, he's number one. So,
but these characters, I guess I can, because they're really good villains. But how they were presented in the story it's all different for them. So, at my number 3 here, I'm gonna go with All for One.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah,
I was kind of fighting with him too. That's a good one.
Yeah. Like you saying, his dubbed was really good. Yes. I really love his subbed. Like I start grinning. I hate him but love him at the same time. Like yo, this dude. Yeah, I was just like, oh, I feel it. I really feel it. Like I would love to fight this dude right now. Like I need to give him these.
I want to give him
right
hands.
Now. Yeah, right now. Like he's so smart.
I love how philosophical he could be. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like he's just like he's like a poet, but an evil one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like a dark poet.
Yeah.
But you guys are saying you would want to fight him. I would want to fight for him.
Really?
And you know what? And you know what? Just like what was her name? I can't think of her name now. Lady Nagant,
yeah.
Just like how she got recruited, I can see myself getting recruited by him. I'm like, you know what? Like you said, like I actually Like, if I was a hero, I would love to fight this dude. If I was a villain, I would love to work for this dude.
Go,
he's a big time manipulator.
Yeah,
he's a big time manipulator.
And he'll do it with a grin and not make it feel like as bad as what it is. You know?
Right. No, he would make it in a way where it's like, okay, maybe you're on to something, but at the same time, you're like, okay, maybe I can't trust him fully. You know what I'm saying?
It's just like, when did you even get research on me to know how to get me to side with you?
Yeah.
You know, like,
yeah.
I've never even met you before
because he's locked him in Taurus. You're like, yo, how the heck do you know all this stuff? And it's just like, you know, he has his ways. You know what I'm saying? But no, he's a great character. He's a great villain. And once season 7 comes, you're like,
and you know, it's crazy because I want to read up to current, but I'm just like, I was looking at how many, you know, chapters.
It's a lot.
I was like, you know what? I think I'm okay with waiting. Yeah. I think I'll wait.
I wouldn't be surprised if they break it up into like 2.
Oh yeah, you were saying that. Yeah. I mean, as long as it's good, I don't care.
No, yeah. As long as they don't take stuff out either, I would be okay with it.
Yeah,
it is a lot, but he's a good villain. He is a really good villain. Yeah. But you're gonna see his backstory and then how he is with his brother.
Mm-hmm.
He's all for one. Well, so no, all for one, and then one for all. I swear, it's so.
Did
it's
you
so
know they
close.
were twins?
Yeah,
I didn't know that until I was just reading it. I'm like, I don't remember catching that. They were twins.
You know what? No. I think they said that in the manga. I don't think they said it in the anime.
Okay, that's probably why. Okay,
yeah, I think they said it in the manga. But you're gonna see like all that whole story, that whole backstory with them. Yeah, it's so good.
Since he's on my list, I'm excited.
Yes,
I'm excited.
yes, it's so good. It is really good. I love how they did it. So that's number 3 for you. Number 3, would you say?
Yeah, okay. That's number 3 on my list. Yeah,
that's a banger for number 3. I tell you that. That is a good one. I like
awesome.
that.
Like he's one of the villains from the beginning to now.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
He stays current as a villain.
There's they don't do that very much no more. Yeah. So that's
right.
Good.
They usually, one of the villains ends up getting beat or whatever, and they move on to another one.
Right.
And then when he was just captured, and everybody's other villains are coming in between. He's still in the back of your mind.
Yeah, he's still there.
He's still out there.
Right. And then, but the whole time he had Shigaraki, kind of just in the like grooming Shigaraki.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which honestly, I didn't like Shigaraki at first, and I'm a fan.
I'm
a fan.
now.
I think after this past season, I'm a huge. No, actually, I'm sorry. After the scene where he took Overhaul's hands, I became a fan. Yeah, I said this dude is legit, bro. Yeah. Like he's for real.
Yeah, that whole little scene there. Yeah, I loved every bit of that. Yeah. I was like,
he's like, you're so fond of these hands. I was like, oh no, don't do that. Like that's worse than dying, bro.
Right. Took his head and then I'm like, I'm gonna just chop it off here.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah. So it was dope. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of Shigaraki, especially now in the manga. It's good. Yeah.
Okay.
So, all right, number 3. That was number 3.
Yeah,
good one for number 3, honestly.
Oh, thank you. So number 2, y'all may not know him unless y'all watch Blue Exorcist, but is Satan, the king of the demons.
Okay.
Yeah, he in the manga they go on his backstory, the whole backstory, which was really good to find out. So in this anime, the other world is called Ghana, if I remember it right, and that's where all the demons and spirits. Well, they're all spirits, but the humans end up calling them demons because they're from that world, which they actually don't even like. Most of them don't even like that term. Like, I'm not a demon. I'm a spirit.
Okay.
But so I might be spoiling a little bit, but I'm not sure. But I'll just add a little bit. They don't have their own bodies. So they have bodies made so they can actually inhabit those bodies and walk around the human world. There's a whole bunch more that goes with that. But,
is it kind of like they possess the bodies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But the bodies they're not eternal.
Oh, okay.
They actually break down. So it's like they have a lifespan as humans, but their consciousness kind of lives on forever type thing. So they have to leave that body once it deteriorates and basically have to get another body.
Okay, cool.
And the stronger the being is, the faster the body deteriorates. So as him being the king, he's the strongest and he can never have a body for too long. But the way they present him at first, he's basically like existing, but he doesn't have a consciousness, and it slowly builds with him meeting a certain character, and then he gets a consciousness, and he's learning himself, and then he really learns himself, and he goes from like a sweet, a sweet child to who is this person? He becomes more intelligent, ruthless. He kind of do a whole like 180, and I like a lot of stuff he does, but then I also hate a lot of stuff he does. So he's a really good villain, and like currently in the manga, I don't like the way they ended up, but at the same time, it was still good.
Okay.
I'm still invested because I want to see how they're going to get past this giant obstacle here.
In the manga?
In the manga,
currently?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, currently in the manga.
Like the main villain throughout the whole show also?
Actually, yes.
Oh, okay,
from the start,
cool.
From the start, you hear about him and you get bits and pieces, but he's more like a rumor type thing.
And then when he's finally like revealed down the line.
Yeah, and he gets more revealed.
So they revealed him in the manga.
So they reveal him like at the first season, but the way they did it is just like you still haven't seen the real him. And then at the end of season 2, you get to actually like meet him inside of a certain person, and it's crazy. It's really exciting and crazy, and then he comes back again, and then we actually get, so I would say in the season they are in now, season 3, we're gonna actually get his backstory, but I don't know how they're gonna break it up though.
It's a very detailed backstory.
Yeah, very detailed. I was super invested. I remember reading chapter after chapter after. I was binge reading because it was just so good. It was so good. And then it explained things from the first season of other characters. Everything was tying in together. And I had to stop, and I'm just thinking about like, okay, so that means that, and that means I was going crazy. Yeah. It's really good.
I have a cousin who's into it, Lino. I have a cousin who's into it. Yeah. And he likes it. He's a fan of his. I think he has a sword of the main character, I want to say.
Does he? If
he listens to the podcast, he'll let me know.
He has his katana. What is why can't I think of his name right now? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's two brothers and they're twins, but they basically are like complete opposites.
Oh, okay.
But the brother with the actual abilities, he has a really cool katana.
Now we've got to find out what sword it is.
Yeah.
Which it has a name, and I forgot
there's different swords in there too.
Actually, it's just that one unique sword.
Also,
actually, no, I'm lying. There's 2 more unique swords, but that one is the first unique sword ever like introduced in anime.
All right.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, the other one comes from what they call them, basically high class exorcists, which his name is his name Arthur? I would say he's based off of a character
from like medieval times.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Okay.
Excalibur.
So his sword is called. Is it Excalibur? Like pronounce it with burr.
I thought that was Arthur Boyle in Fire Force.
So
it's the same thing.
So it's like based off of that type of medieval character.
Oh, okay.
I forget his actual name, but yeah. Is it? Now I gotta look it up. I gotta look it because I remember, because I believe his sword is basically like the legendary Excalibur, but they pronounce it differently. But it is a very powerful sword, though.
Oh, okay,
that's for sure.
They put a little twist on it.
They add their little twist to it.
Because I know in Fire Force that's how they say Arthur's.
So I might be getting that confused. Now I gotta look it up just to make sure.
Yeah, because I know because I read it. And I'm reading it was like Excalibur, like burn, like it's like burning. Yeah.
So I might be
like burn. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm probably.
I might be getting it confused. I might be getting it confused. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. That sounds interesting, honestly. Like I've been kind of wanting to get into Blue Exorcist. I just like there's so much to watch, but
I would say the manga is better. The anime is good, but since it's been so long since they finally catching up this season 3, it's been 3-4 years, maybe longer. I can't remember. Okay. They're finally getting back to it, but I mean, I will say it's better as a read.
Okay. Okay. I have to check it out. But that sounds interesting though. That sounds cool. So that's number 2. He's number 2.
Yeah, it's number 2.
Sounds like a villain name.
Yeah,
right there.
that I mean, they don't get more villainous than that. I wouldn't think, but
he's as a villain, he is a great villain.
Okay.
I will remember the one scene where he's sitting back and he's fully enveloped in his actual personality as he's awakening himself, and he's just sitting back as this philosopher explaining why he feels the way he feels, and just like, no, I am a god. The way he was just explaining it and reading down and everybody just looking at him, it's just like he wasn't like this like 2 days ago. Who is this person?
He just did a major switch up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang, that sounds crazy. Like he sounds unstable, I should say. I'm sorry.
Yeah. At first he's just like, what is going on?
He's a bit unstable.
Yeah, but he's kind of he gets set in his ways, and there's there's levels, I would say, of like demon levels, like 1 through whatever they call them, the Baal, if I'm pronouncing that right. But they're all his kids, sons, and like think like 8 or 9 sons and a daughter, and they're all categorized in certain levels and strength levels. And he was actually like the last one to like materialize into his personality and be born, but they all knew who this was. Like, this is our father.
Okay.
This is kind of the way they did it was kind of confusing at first, and then you read it and just like, oh, okay, because they exist in another world, but more just consciousness.
Okay.
Not how humans live through their bodies and experience and stuff. It's the way they explained it was weird, but kind of interesting.
Intriguing at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds cool, honestly.
One to watch out for next.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Okay. So that's number 2.
All right.
Who's the number 1?
Number 1 that made it to my list, this crazy mofo here, is Johan from Monster.
Listen, my girls, she watched it. You know what I'm saying? She's a fan.
She'll know
Netflix,
then.
right?
Yeah.
Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was, how many episodes was there? Maybe
70s.
Yeah.
It was
a lot.
Something? Yeah.
It was a lot.
Yeah. I kind of peeked at it a little bit here and there. It's like a thriller.
It is.
Yeah.
It's so good to keep you on edge. You see, the characters are interesting. It's messed up in any way you can think of. And that Johann Liebert, he has many aliases, but for him to be at such a young age, I think he was like 20, maybe like 21, 22.
Was he the doctor that killed?
No, the doctor's I would say the main character.
Okay.
Yeah, the doctor be the MC.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he's manipulating the whole situation, right?
Even more than that.
Okay.
He's been manipulating things for when you get into it and you realize how long he's been doing it, and you only realize he's like in his early 20s.
Wow.
The way they talk about him as if he's like this 50-year-old mastermind. Jeez. It's crazy.
And it's an older anime too, right?
Yeah, it's an older one.
Yeah.
Not 90s, right? Maybe 2000s?
Maybe 2000s.
2000s?
Yeah. But it's golden. It's golden. It's like when I was watching it, and then seeing things pieced together, and you realizing more how like a super master manipulator and the way he plans things out, this cold expression on his face at all times, and he just have this slight smile, and he's always clean cut, clean hair. You know, he could be sitting at like a coffee spot just chilling, you wouldn't think nothing of him.
Really?
And he would be, and also he owned multiple like business. He was like taking over multiple businesses and stuff, so he had funds. He had the money to back up whatever he wanted to do at this early age. It's just crazy. It's so much more you would know if y'all want to check it out.
Yeah.
Just
no,
he made it to my top because he's a psychotic sociopath. Like all the stuff a person shouldn't have stacked into this personality.
He has all the characteristics of that. That's what
of the master villain.
Be one.
Yeah, right. He was everything.
That sounds crazy. Like I said, but my girl, she's a fan. She finished it. I think we talked about the one time, and then it kind of caught her interest, or maybe she watched it and then she heard you talk about it. One or the other. But yeah, she's a huge fan of that, and I was like, that looks interesting, you know.
That's good.
But yeah, no, I can't remember who the characters are. Like I said, I kind of picked it up and she's kind of watching it here and there and stuff. But I didn't know they had a villain like that. Like, that sounds crazy.
Once you keep moving on, and it's bits and pieces that get like mentioned, and it all ties in together until this one character who's just sitting there with a light smile on his face, and you wouldn't even take a second look at him. It's crazy.
He knows how to stay in the shadows. That's crazy.
Not be noticed by
yeah.
Key alias name would be the Monster.
Oh, is that
literally,
okay?
The Monster. He has many names that he goes by, aliases, but I would call him a monster too. Like, I would not even want to accidentally bump into him.
Yeah,
it's over. He'll make sure you suffer and not even realize why this is happening to you.
That sounds crazy. I wouldn't expect that.
Yeah,
that's a good list, Dabir. That's a really good list.
Thank you.
Interesting. I like it. That's good.
So what was number 3 again? Number 3 was
All for One.
Yep. Number 3 was All for One. 2 was Satan, or what was his other name? His first name that he was given was Rinka, which I actually really love that name. That was the name he was given before Rinka.
Okay.
I forgot the meaning of it. It was really nice meaning, because his natural ability is a blue flame, a beautiful blue flame that can destroy mortal or spiritual things.
Okay.
In that anime, it's very, very powerful ability or magic that he has.
Flames for everybody.
Yeah.
Nobody
for real.
Away from that.
For real. And then one, Johan from Monster.
That's a good list. That's a regular list. I like it.
Thank you.
Learning more from villains and what to watch. Check them out.
Yeah. Definitely some interesting characters there. So, Lito, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You got your 3.
Yeah, I got my 3 right here.
How long did it take you to think about this?
A while, but not as long as the fight.
Yeah.
The fight I was trying to had trouble with that one, but I finally picked one. But as for my 3, I'll start off with Piedmon. So I don't know if many people watched Digimon. I know only a few. So he was the main villain from the very first one, the original, not the new one that they left him out of, sadly.
Oh wow.
Don't know why, but yeah. But he's a mega Phantom Digimon, and there's like stages to it, so not to go too into detail, there's like Rookie, Champion, Ultimate, and then there's a Mega. So he's a Mega one, and he was pretty much my beginning for liking clown characters. So that's why I had to pick him, because he started off, because that's why my favorite DC character is Joker. Then I like Hisoka.
Yeah.
And then there's the great Captain Buggy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I grew more and more into Buggy. I really did.
Right, slowly.
Yeah.
He's making a good.
Hard not to love him.
No,
in a unique way.
I love what they're doing with him now. It's so great. Like I love it.
And we love him in live action too.
So this guy, So this guy's a clown. He has a clown design.
Yep,
okay.
Clown design, jester type, but he starts off so the DG Destined, they just came off defeating this one villain, and they go back to the real world. And I don't remember how they went back, but I'm pretty sure they were asked to come back because the digital world was in trouble, because there's 2 worlds: the real world, digital world.
Okay.
And when they return, they see the world completely different. So it's not like a landscape where you had to see the mountains, the land. Everything's turned into a spiral.
Oh, okay.
So they see that, and they see everything's like just messed up. It's formatted into some big spiral, so it's called Spiral Mountain. So of course, to get to the bottom of things, they got to go to the top and see what's going on. So when they get there, they're introduced to like the 4 Dark Masters. They're the new villains right now, and they're all Mega Digimon. So they introduce each of them one by one, and then the last one, saved for last. Like I said, he's a clown, so he comes out like in a little comedic way. He comes out in a little background.
Okay.
If I remember, he was balancing himself on a big red ball, and he's got like a full clown makeover right now.
Okay.
And he comes up with a little dumb story, like once upon a time, the DG Destined came to the Spiral Mountain to defeat the Dark Masters, and they failed. So sad. And he finally reveals his true self like a couple minutes after, and he comes up with like more like a jester look. So he's got these 4 swords on a back, and they're like in a magic box. Kind of like that magic trick when a lady's in there and they're doing the knives through it.
Cutting this box in half. Yeah.
So it's like that box in his back. Got the little pointy shoes. He's got a mask instead of paint this time. He doesn't have like the big, red nose.
Right.
And he was pretty dope. He had these abilities with the Trump sword where he could telepathically control the swords.
Okay.
And attack. So it was like a attack called Trump sword.
So he's a how can I say? He's not a Digimon, right?
He's a Digimon.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I see. I never watched Pokemon or Digimon.
I don't remember it. I remember watching it, but I don't remember it.
Okay.
I'll have to restart it.
This is another version of it, right? Because there's many different versions of Digimon.
Oh,
right?
yeah. There's like several, like maybe 10 different versions or
so.
Wow.
But this is not the original version, right?
This is the very first one.
Oh, it is? Okay,
This
okay.
is the very first one.
They just remade it, and I was kind of upset they left him out of there. And I don't know. I wasn't expecting that because I thought he was a great character, and that arc was pretty sweet with the Dark Masters.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, of course, he's the strongest one. He's the leader. And on top of being a clown, he's got his little serious technique that I said, the little Trump sword.
Yeah.
They also give him an ability to turn Digimon or the humans into keychains.
Oh, wow.
So he would collect them.
Yeah, they're collecting them.
He didn't turn everybody into keychains, but he turned a couple of them into keychains.
Wow.
He's a keychain fetish? Is that what
I guess so. It seemed like it. He loved it. But he was pretty much just wanted to destroy the Digimon world and the Digidestin.
Okay.
So that was pretty much what he was all about.
All right. That sounds interesting.
It does.
He was a pretty cool clown character. His design was pretty sweet too.
Was it like was it like the because you had that one clown character in Dragon Ball Super? Was it kind of like that? He was one of the
destroyers.
Yeah.
I know you're talking about.
Close, but he would be compared more like, I don't know if anybody played Final Fantasy VI, but if not, you could compare it to like Medieval Jester when they were, making jokes for the king and trying to look dumb, make him laugh and stuff like that.
Oh, he's like the jesters when they're showing.
Right. Well, yeah, that was the guy one of my first villains that I really grew attached to, and he was more clown than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Hisoka has a clown design, but it's not crazy.
No, yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm
just
saying?
The painting, the clothes.
Yeah.
But he doesn't got the red nose.
But he's not cringy or annoying.
No, he's not. He's more scary than anything.
Yeah. Put that fear in you.
But that's your number 3.
That's my number 3. And number 2 is everybody's favorite. The light that illuminates all.
Ooh.
Miriam.
Ooh.
I like how you introduced him. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was good. No, he's up there.
Yeah.
Okay, here's my thing, and I said this before. I know my sister really doesn't agree. I feel like he started off as a villain.
Yeah, born evil.
Yeah, and then somewhere down the line, he became an anti-villain.
Oh yeah, I do remember you talking about that.
Yeah,
he ended as
Yeah, I just feel like the speech he made to Netero and how he's just, I want to help humanity, but in a way where it's like extreme. You know what I'm saying? He's still gonna kill people, but he feels like he's gonna kill people that he deems to be evil. You know what I'm saying? Or who are evil.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't really put him in because I just don't feel like the way he ended, it's villainous. But if you I can't complain. If you put him as a villain, he was a villain.
At the end, he of course, a change of heart.
Yeah.
Of course, when he was born, he was evil. Yeah. He was full of pride. He felt like he was the perfect creation.
He felt he was superior. He was superior to every being.
Like no matter what.
Yeah. And he was, honestly. Like if you think about it.
But in terms of strength without even knowing what Nen was at the time, he was still strong.
That's crazy too. I forgot about it. You're right. He was strong in Nen without even knowing what it was. That's crazy. Yeah.
And then not even 20 seconds into his arrival, he kills Grandpa Penguin.
Oh, Peggy.
took him out.
Yeah, I love. Yeah, he just like decapitated people like quick.
take it.
Decapitated the old turtle.
Yeah,
I got a handkerchief right here.
Done. Yeah,
Didn't ask you for nothing.
it was just clean too.
Yeah.
Then when he did this, when he killed the parents and the child, because he was like, he ate the what did he eat before? And he was like, this isn't satisfying.
Like
was it the queen, like the piece of the queen, or
maybe? I think so. I can't remember. Yeah,
I can't remember.
Well, he went to kill the two parents, and
he was trying to find people with Nen, so he they're the rares. I think they called them. Yeah. You see in the fields when he killed the family.
And then the child.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah,
I didn't see that coming.
Neither did I.
Yeah.
God.
Then of course, throughout the arc, we see his development, and he becomes more compassionate. So remember, of course, when he goes to the palace, and he kills off the bodyguards along the way, and then he sees who was he, the king or the supreme leader, whoever that guy was.
Yeah.
He starts to question himself at that moment, like, how is this guy who he couldn't sense like no Nen from him?
Right.
Like, if I'm the strongest guy and this guy is useless, he's not strong at all.
Yeah.
How is he a leader of this country?
Yeah.
And being that weak. So then, of course, kills him off. No, he doesn't kill him off, right? I don't remember that.
Did he let him leave or let him run away or something?
No, I think he did kill him, but it wasn't really him. So that guy was still alive somewhere,
right,
like secluded.
They were using him,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. But the original guy who was in charge of that, he was secluded somewhere in a remote.
Also, that was like a double type
Yeah.
Oh,
okay, we see him. He takes over the palace.
Yeah.
He stays there, and now we start to see him even more and more question, okay, there's got to be more to just strength.
Right.
So by passing time, we see him play the champions from all over the world in board games.
It's like he wanted to like increase his intelligence.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Somehow.
So he beats these champions.
Yeah.
Kills them after he beats them.
Does he kill him? Oh,
Does he kill him after he beats them, right?
I think so.
I think yeah. Might.
Or like the one that ran away.
No,
also.
he kept one alive, and then that's when Komugi came, and they were gonna play their game. And then when they got done, he goes, "Yo, I want the other guy back." He hung himself because he was so afraid of Meruem. Yeah,
He thought he was gonna kill him.
Yeah,
he probably was.
Yeah. When Poof came up, he goes, "Yeah, no, he hung himself. He's dead." Goes, oh, okay, we'll bring her back. Yeah, but
then of course he meets Komugi.
Yeah.
Sees this
Komugi. Yeah.
Sees this weak, fragile little girl, blind. And they played a game, Gungi.
Yeah.
Gungi.
Yeah, Gungi.
And we see she beats him. And you would expect him to, the way he's been acting.
Right. He would have been
throw a fit.
Yeah. Because he was still kind of like, even though he was intelligent, he was strong, he was still kind of a child in some aspects.
And he questions himself right there. Like, I've just been humiliated and defeated by this weak girl.
Right.
So there are different aspects of strength.
Right.
And even we see him just start to grow fond of her.
Right.
Yeah.
And then questioning himself, like, okay, why am I feeling this way towards another being?
Yeah.
And then I also love, like, later in the episodes, he goes back to that child that he killed, and he starts to think, like, I just killed a child. What if she had the potential to grow up and be better than me at some point?
So get some good development going on there.
Yeah, so that had me. That's the way that character really drew to me, and I just felt like he was one of the best developing characters.
Oh yeah, he's absolutely one of the best developing characters. It's just the whole 180 of his aspect of how he looked at life, how he looked at strength, and then he saw this feeble little girl who was a klutz. She was a bit of a klutz too. Yeah. And he was just like, but there's strength, and like you said, in different aspects. There's and there's different aspects in strength, and he was just like, he was so intrigued with this girl, and he was just like, yo, there's no way. And then and I feel like because Ito always says, well, what's the difference between Ukiura and Meruem? well, Ukiota fell in love with Orihime. You know what I'm saying? That's different. Meruem, it wasn't a love feeling. It was more of a, like you said, a protection. You know, like, you know, I have to watch over this girl because she needs my strength to feel, you know, to feel secure. You know what I'm saying? And I need her strength to feel security in my own way. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it was a different aspect as far as like those two characters and how their development came about.
Yeah, it was definitely his first true bond with someone else.
Yeah, because he didn't live for long, unlike Ulquiorra.
Right.
He was like, what, 30, 40 days old? And then
it was
also he didn't experience pretty much of anything outside that world.
Right.
He just knew that he was born. He was evil. He was a king. He was already a king as soon as he came out the womb.
He felt entitled as soon as he came out because he was supposed to be king. Like you said, he was supposed to be a king, and he just like had that sense of entitlement, you know. But like you said, after once he, you know, met Komugi, and then, you know, really bonded with her, and he saw what life was all about and how he felt his power can change the balance in life. You know what I'm saying? And that's what really was a great development to me, you know.
Yeah, well-written character.
Yes,
changed
absolutely.
incredibly in just a board game.
Yeah.
He loved the challenge.
No, that's what it was too. He loved challenges. He really did. So he, you know, even though he couldn't beat Komugi, he was so infatuated with the fact that, yo, you know, this girl's she's beating me.
Right,
you know,
right.
Like, he was enjoying it. You know.
Yeah, the royal guards weren't. They were looking like, yo, we gotta get rid of this girl. He's doing some changes that we ain't liking.
Nah, yeah. They were not happy, especially Poof.
Oh yeah.
He didn't like that at all. You know.
Poof wanted to take her out.
Yeah. He almost took her out a couple times.
He wasn't responsible for that crow, right? That crow was just random as hell.
The what?
The bird that attacked Komugi?
I think
I just think it just flew.
Was it random?
Yeah, it was random.
I think it was random.
It was random. She was like, "Oh my god!"
Hecking at her, trying to take her out.
And then Miriam was like, "Are you okay?" Because that was when he was gonna kill her. Miriam was gonna kill her.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was going. He was
quick change of heart.
Yeah. And as he's asking her, "Yo, are you okay?" He's like, "Yo, what's wrong with me? Why am I so?" And then
questioning himself again because he was like you said, literally, that's a crazy 180. Like, you're going towards this person to kill him.
Right.
And in an instant, you see him being attacked and you defend him.
Yes. Yeah, he was quick to her defense, you know? And, like, I love the fact how Poof was trying to, like, keep him away from her. You know what I'm saying? When he lost his memory after the battle with...
Netero.
Yeah. He was just like, yo, he needs to stay away from her. You know, he can't gain that memory of her. But he saw the silhouette, like he knew.
Yeah, like something was there. He just couldn't put his finger on it. You know?
And it was so wholesome, and I loved the last scene. Yeah, I know how I feel with the last scene. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
One of the best final episodes ever.
Yeah.
Zero Rose.
I can't remember what it was called, but something like that. Yeah,
so good.
It was good. It was good. They had a great soundtrack too.
Oh yeah, it did. It tied in with the emotions. They know they were doing plucking those heartstrings.
That's Oh, that man, they tore my heartstrings apart, man. I'll tell you that. It's crazy.
Like, Miriam, no.
Yeah. But that's a good number 2, bro. That's really good.
It is.
Yeah, I wanted to put him number 1, but it was okay. I was like, you know what? It's not really in order. Just throw him in there.
Okay, but who is your number 1 though?
My number 1 is from one of my favorite animes, Makoto Shishio. From Rurouni Kenshin.
That's a great villain. You know, I had him on there. I had him on my list. I did. And I was like, you know, I gotta put Ukiota in there. I gotta put all these guys in there. But yo, Shishio is crazy. He's nuts. He's not. I can't. Okay, so where are they currently right now?
They just at the end showed him, like, I think episode 24.
Okay.
They showed him that he's gonna show up.
That's crazy. I can't wait.
Because at the last episode, it was Sojiro. He killed that
his
chief or high captain in the wagon.
Okay. Oh, that's his second in command, right? Mm-hmm. I love Sojiro. He's a beast. Man. He's a beast. I can't wait. I can't wait till that fight with him and Kenshin. That's gonna be so good.
The way the fights have been animated so far,
they've been looking so good. Yeah.
I know I talked to Dabir before. I like how the weight of the sword and the attacks are in that.
Yeah,
you're right. You can really feel it. Yeah.
It's heavy. It's heavy. Yeah. But yeah, go ahead, Shishio.
We see this guy covered in bandages, He's got burns that we find out because the government, of course, felt that the secrets that he knew, he would use it to cause chaos.
He was an imperialist though at first, right?
And they knocked him out with a blow to the head, which is, I didn't even know this, or maybe I didn't pay attention. Now he's around those bandages. He's got a hardened or an iron bandage, so it doesn't happen again. So I guess he was trying to learn from his mistake.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because that's how they knocked him out, a blow to the head, and then covered him in oil and burned him.
Yo, they burned him alive. That's crazy. Yeah.
And he still lived.
Yeah.
Then, of course, that becomes part of his incredible technique. He uses the oil of, I think, the bodies that he's killed, and just engulfs it in flames. Wow. So even when he, of course, misses with the sword, the flames extend the range and still feel some of that.
Oh, I can't wait to see that animated. Like the newly reanimated for that. I can't wait.
But I like him. You know, he was the successor to Kenshin.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
I didn't know
he's
that.
He was supposed to be the next Batosai.
Was that in the original?
Mm-hmm. They talk about it, yeah, because they come up to him like, "Hey,
Oh.
your successor is alive," or something like that.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But that's a crazy dude. He's nuts, bro.
He's a beast.
Yeah, he's a beast. He is. But no, I am a fan of his. I am. I when I first saw him, I was like, yo, who's this mummified looking dude? And I'm just like, yo, you hear his backstory, and then the guy who does his voice.
Yeah, it's great. I don't know who it is, but do you? You were gonna say?
No, the older one. I haven't. I'm not current with with Kenshin yet. I still gotta watch the Oniwaban.
Yeah, but from the first one,
yeah,
his voice actor was awesome.
Whoever was that dub VA, bro,
Yeah.
he was good. He killed it.
I love it when they do it justice.
No, he did. He killed it. And it was like a kind of raspy a little bit, but yet, like he had that. I don't know. He just had it. You know what I'm saying? It was so cool. Like I
he got your attention when he was.
No,
talking,
he did.
You know?
He did. And like the character itself was like kind of just like always chilling. You know what I'm saying? But you knew he was crazy. Like you knew he was nuts.
Right.
Yeah, I loved it. You got anything more?
Oh no, just that. You know, he like that old style villain. He had the old school mentality about the weak survive for the strong.
Yeah.
That only the strong should be living in this world and stuff.
Yeah. He lived by that Darwin's theory,
Yeah,
right?
Darwin's theory,
The
yeah.
survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
Yeah. He lived by that, and I think that's what really got Sojiro kind of hooked to him, right?
Yeah, because I don't remember much of Sojiro's backstory, which they will do it again with the remake. But I think he was like,
he was abused as a child.
Yeah.
Or like abused and neglected.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? But I think when he saw his family died, like the blood made him happy or something. Like something, like he just kept a smile on his face the whole time.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
So
yeah, my man's lad lost it.
yeah.
so I can't wait to see that be reanimated. And Shishio, and then a fight with him and Kenshin.
Yeah, no, Makoto Shishio's a really good. It was tough because I was like
It
deciding.
definitely was tough.
Yeah, because I was deciding to put him on there, and I was just like, yo, but he's a good villain. He's a great villain. He really is.
Then we know his only weakness that made him lose. Well, at least in the first one, I don't know how it's gonna be in the second one. It should be the same, that he can't fight for a long period of time because of the burns.
Because of the burn,
sweat.
yeah. So his stamina's not there. Yeah.
He's
That's
got time
crazy.
to
They
like
had to nerf my man.
10 or 15 minutes, but those 10 or 15 minutes, he giving you work.
Yeah. That's crazy. They did have to nerf him. They did.
That's how you know when a character's good in an anime, when you could tell they've been nerfed in some way. Like he's such a great character, but
Because it was being Kenshin.
yeah,
Kenshin was just trying to stall time somehow. I don't remember, but he got to like past 25 minutes.
And he did burn up. He burned up in flames.
Combusted or something. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He was just laughing like, "Oh, I can't believe time chose you."
Oh, that's a cold lie.
Yeah, I was about to say,
that's a cold
yeah.
lie. Oh, look at that.
It was the truth. It was about to be over, and then time's up. I can't go no more.
Yeah,
Oh.
Makoto Shishio's a beast.
From
He is.
his
Yo,
look,
he's,
to his sword
yeah.
style, to his voice. I mean, I think it sounded pretty good. He did a couple lines at the end of the
At the end of the
finale.
the remake.
Yeah.
Okay. Did they confirm a season 2 yet for that or no?
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
Okay. This year or next year?
That I'm not sure. I hope it's this year because
Okay.
I'm ready to watch some
Yeah.
Shishio
I got
already.
I gotta. Like I said, I gotta watch the Oniwaban. I love the Oniwaba. I like the leader, Aoshi. Aoshi's pretty cool. He's a good, but he's not. See, he's not a villain. I don't think he's a villain. I think he's an anti-hero too.
Yeah. I would say he's an anti-hero too.
But he's cool. But I like that line. Time told you. That's a crazy line, boy. I was like, yo,
can't wait to hear it again.
Even in depths,
while he's laughing, well, not just about to combust.
Yeah, that's crazy. No, that's
he knew
dope.
it was over for himself.
Yo, that's nuts.
But that was my top 3. Paimon from Digimon, Meruem for Hunter x Hunter.
That's a good list.
And Makoto Shishio Kenshin.
Yeah, that's a good list. Nice. That's a good list. I like it. Hey, both of you guys had a great list.
Yeah, I had some awesome lists. Yeah.
Honorable mention. I have one honorable mention. Obviously, Madara Uchiha.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's almost like God. you know,
the God of Uchiha.
Yeah, that's the ghost was his.
The ghost of
Uchiha. Yeah. But he's. I want to put him in there. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like he didn't get a lot of screen time. You know what I'm saying? They just kind of showed him in the last arc, and then some of the backstories and stuff. But the man took on 5 Kais, like
it was light work. Like, we're about to get some exercise.
Yeah,
type
it
thing.
was just a morning routine that he had, and he's just like, oh yeah, you guys could be my warm up or something, and it's just like that dude's a beast. Like, he really is. So that's an honorable mention that I have. Oh, another one that now that I think about it, I'm surprised he didn't make my top 3. He's definitely in my top 5, and I think a lot of our core friends, our group of friends, would probably disagree with me, but Cell is a great villain.
Oh, he is a great villain. Yeah,
he is a great villain. There's a lot of guys that we hung out with. Maybe they were on this podcast last week that said differently, you know what I'm saying? But I think Cell is a great villain. He's intelligent, he's maniacal, but the fact that he has the DNA of all the fighters, all the Z fighters in him, it's just like, like, you know what I'm saying? That's dope.
That's why he was perfect.
Yes. And I love his transformations. His first base form was he looked like an ant, whatever. But his second one was pretty cool. They kind of gave him like a human look. His third one, deep. Yeah. I mean, literally perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It was just amazing.
Even the way they went about it. I remember watching it on TV as a kid, and I was left on a cliffhanger of him absorbing 18. And then I remember when it was the next week and it was coming out, so excited. You could see him glowing.
Yeah.
He glowing and Trunks is trying to get through the energy and he's getting blown away. And then it just finishes and he's just sitting there just looking at his hands, looking at his body. Yeah. And they're all just shocked. And then they start attacking him. He's still just admiring his beauty. I'm just like, what?
He was just as shocked as everybody else. He's like, yo, this is me at my absolute purest form. And
we finally made it.
Yeah, we made it, fellas. We did it. Mama, we made it. But no, Cell's a great villain to me. But this was fun. This has always been fun. Lito's always fun having you on. That was a good list you had.
Thank you. You guys too. It was dope.
Yeah. But as always, folks, you can catch Anime Break Room on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and iTunes. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Dabir. Our social media pages are
Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok.
So with that being said, I think next week we're gonna take a hiatus. I'll talk to you about it.
Yeah.
So next week we'll take a hiatus. I think the next time we'll be on, I believe March is Women Empowerment.
I believe so. Yeah.
Month, and we're gonna talk about our top 3 female characters. Yeah, let's do that. Give a shout out to all the women out there who make this world go round. So shout out to all the women. Everybody needs a strong woman in their life. So shout out to them. So we're gonna give respect to all the women out there next time we air on the Anime Breaking Podcast. But with that being said, Lito, you're good?
Good.
The beer, you good?
Yeah.
Break time's over. You guys have a good day.